Hello and welcome to Castle Combe. It's round 6 of the Lotus on Track Elise Trophy and very unsettled weather conditions. This could potentially be these drivers' first wet race, but certainly qualifying is rather damp.
It's my first time in the wet and I struggled a little bit this morning.
I was absolutely useless, but I enjoyed it.
It was really interesting, the cars sliding around everywhere.
Yeah, it was alright actually, I was quite pleased.
The wet's interesting.
It's a lot more fun out there now, very slidey.
Yeah, very scared.
Very challenging conditions in qualifying. One of the drivers was caught out with a spin. At the end of the qualifying session, it was local knowledge that rather helped, because to the front of the grid, Mark Funnell, and lining up alongside him is Chris Randall. And Mark Funnell, a regular here in the Circuit Special GT Championship, is on pole. Randall, 5 times a winner with him. The second row, Andrew Walsh and Steve Williams. Rush Treasure's recalcitrant car qualifies 5th, and a great 6th on the grid for Gavin Kirby. Andrew Kell, with all 4 wheels on the car this weekend, unlike Silverstone, is a lowly 11th. Simon Scuffham is only 12th as well. 2 drivers there that should be making some progress. Whilst lower down the order, Elgin Howell is 22nd. Father of Tess, who we've seen as a regular in the series, and newcomer Richard Abra is 30th at the end of the qualifying session. Slowest of all is Sarah Crowder, just behind Paul Golding, the brains behind this series, but a 37-car grid is going to make for a very lively first race here at Castle Combe. So Mark Funnell it is then on pole position, and this the view from his car. This is what Chris Randall sees alongside him, and Andrew Walsh is on the inside of the second row of the grid. As that goes the line, so a good start he's made on the pole position. Mark Funnell accelerates away. Much drier now than it was in qualifying, but Chris Randall makes the best start round the outside of Mark Funnell, zaps across the front of him, and Chris Randall leads as they go up towards Quarry for the first time there. Mark Funnell right with him. Funnell challenging on the inside look as they get to the braking area. Andrew Walsh letting these two battle amongst themselves up front. They turn through Quarry, and then Andrew Walsh, I suspect, is going to make his bid as they head up towards the S's for the first time on the run up towards Old Paddock. Everybody files their way through. There's a spin though there. Look, number 7, Elgin Howell losing it. Can everybody avoid it? Some go left, some go right. He's just about escaped all of that. Walsh goes through on the inside, grabs second place now from Mark Funnell. Chris Randall ahead of it. These two run nose to tail through Old Paddock. You can see in the background there the car of Elgin Howell trying to rejoin. Everybody, I think, has managed to get away safely. Don't they happen? There's one in the tar wall in the background as well. It looks as though that could be the Vauxhall VX220 of Richard Abra, who is stuck in the tyres. Abracadabra, there he is. Richard Abra is going no further, I'm afraid. He's okay. The car's a bit second-hand, and the real casualty of all of that is the tar wall. So it's Chris Randall then in the lead with Andrew Walsh trying to dive through, but this is Mark Funnell attacking for second place on the inside there. Mark Funnell's going to go through, is he? Yes, he does. Mark Funnell grabs second going into tower. Andrew Walsh drops back behind him, and that's Walsh on the inside, and he hits Randall. Both of them spin. Mark Funnell goes across the grass in avoidance, and this is the innocent Randall's view. He gets sent off into the weeds, but out of nowhere, Andrew Walsh came barrelling up the inside to take second place back off Mark Funnell, and there was no way he would get the car slowed down in time. So, end of that one, Mark Funnell leads, and we're about to have a change for second, I think, because we've got the battle raging on now between Russ Treasure and Steve Williams. This is the recovering Andrew Walsh, who goes over the line in 14th place. He's left himself with a lot of work to do. Second is Williams, third is Treasure. 4th is Chris Pearson, and 5th is Nick Kay. Yellow flags being waved here up at Quarry. That's because of Richard Abra's car stuck in the tyre wall. No overtaking therefore permitted. That car's going to take quite a bit of shifting, I think. But the real talking point in the opening lap of the race then was that move from Andrew Walsh on the inside. He got second, but there was no way he was going to be able to claim the next place that he wanted. Not at that speed, and so contact between him and Chris Randall rather inevitable. So down towards Tower, Mark Funnell, who knows this place at the back of his hand, has far more experience in Castle Combe terms than anybody else. And Russ Treasure has got a problem. Look, he's slowed right down. Chris Pearson goes past him, Nick Kay goes past him, and Russ Treasure's miserable season continues. That car always stands out, but I'm afraid it just has not got the reliability that it needs. So Mark Funnell leads the race, but this time he's going to see the safety car boards. The race is going to have to be neutralised whilst that car of Richard Abra is Here's the safety car then, joining the circuit over the line. goes Mark Funnell. Well, the lead that he built up is about to be whittled away, because now right up behind him will be Steve Williams. Steve, another pretty experienced driver, and he's also the leader of Class B as Russ Treasure heads for the pit lane. I'm afraid Russ Treasure for the pit lane has been rather overused this year. This is a replay of Andrew Walsh. He goes through on the inside of Funnell, but he was far too fast into the corner. I think rather misjudged his speed relative to the braking distance there. Ploughs into the side of Chris Randall, and Randall is sent to the pit lane. Andrew Walsh gets away with that. A very frustrated Richard Abra then. His first race in the series hasn't lasted very long, has it? Just a corner. It's going to take quite a long time to get that tyre wall rebuilt as well. It's a typical British summer's day here at Castle Combe. In other words, it's damp and miserable. Into the pits comes the safety car. We're about to go back to racing once again here. Mark Funnell sprints away. He's got Steve Williams behind him. Override the race well and truly to it once again. And this is Andrew Walsh working his way back up from 14th after that spin. On board now with Andrew Walsh. Just look at him go. Supercharged engine, and he's sidling his way through the pack. Gets past Kane, almost makes contact there with Chris Pearson, but he goes through. Andrew Walsh now, as he turns his way out of town, is going to be up into third place. Another little battle though here, raging on, coming down towards town. There's Gavin Kirby, the man that was 6 minutes through in that wet qualifying, but in the dry race, so the more powerful cars have been able to haul their way back ahead of him. Now Malcolm Sanders goes through at the head of his little battle. Meantime, side by side into Camp Corner, that's Nick Kay going through up into fourth place at the expense of Chris Pearson. The two of them side by side into the corner, but Nick Kay moves himself through to keep up the handicap race at Snetterton earlier on in the season, as this is Steve Williams in second place, but he's coming under real pressure now though. After the Essex going turns on the right hand below the planet, left at hammer down, has been building all the time, and then here down towards Tower, there's Nick Kay keeping Chris Pearson behind him. This is the fight now for fourth and fifth places. The race leader, Mark Funnell, however, is set for a maiden victory in the series this year. There is Andrew Walsh there on the last lap of the race now. What can Walsh do to get onto terms with Mark Funnell? He's going to have to make up over 4 seconds. Now, that's a pretty tall order with just 1 more lap to go. Heading their way now up towards the SN there. You can see diving up on the inside is Steve Williams. Diving up on the inside of a slower car, that is, puts a lap on the slower driver. Now, this fight between Nick Kay and Chris Pearson is not over yet. Very evenly matched cars, these. There is the checkered flag. A race win goes the way of Mark Funnell, and he's going to fend off the challenge of Andrew Walsh. The gap at the end, 4.3 seconds, with Steve Williams taking third, and fourth and fifth, Nick Kay staying ahead of Chris Pearson, with Simon Scufford coming home in sixth. Confirmation of those results with Ben Pitch coming home in seventh, Andrew Kell 8th, and Sean Bicknell 9th, with Jamie Allison rounding out the top 10. But a great first win in the series for Mark Funnell. It's another win in Class A for Gavin Kirby, ahead of Andy Gordon and Michael Edwards third. Hans Baumhart finishing fourth, while Steve Williams takes victory in Class B ahead of Chris Pearson and Simon Scufford, with Ben Pitch fourth ahead of Sean Bicknell. And of the 4 survivors in Class C, Mark Funnell, Andrew Walsh, Nick Kay and Andrew Kell the order. Back in the paddock, time for the presentations, and the 3 class winners step forward. Mark Funnell receives winner's cap and trophy from Paul Golding. He's on the top step as the winner outright and of Class C. Steve Williams once again victorious in Class B. And Class A has a familiar ring to it as well, because Gavin Kirby is the winner there. He's not been invincible this year, but he's the benchmark driver. It's another class victory for the man in the floppy hat. Let's hear from them, starting with Gavin Kirby. He's with Gemma.
Gavin Kirby, first again.
First again, yes. Fantastic qualifying session in the wet. Actually got myself up into 6th place on the grid, which for the Class A cars I was, well up there. A load of Class B and C cars behind me. Of course, we dried out for the race, didn't it? So although I got a good start, I got absolutely monstered by all of the faster cars coming by me. So I just held my line and let them get past me, and then just basically tried to keep all the rest of the cars behind me for the rest of the race.
So, Mark Funnell, congratulations, your first win.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a brilliant race. Bit of an incident on the first lap, but sort of kept clear of that. Obviously, the incident down on Corey Corner as well. A car came off and it brought the safety car out, but made full advantage of that on the restart, and got a bit of a pull on Steve. But yeah, it's a brilliant race actually. I really enjoyed it.
Well, race 1 certainly proving full of action. Don't forget to join us after the break, where we've got the handicap race.